Hello and welcome. First and foremost, I want to tell you thank you. Whether you are a current or even a new follow, subscriber, I appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to connect, and I just want to thank you. Now, this video is going to be a short introduction into who I am, what I'm doing, and what you can expect if you decide to stay engaged along this journey. So with that, let's jump right into it. First and foremost, my name is Maya Wilson, and I was born in Orangeburg, South Carolina, where I spent most or part of my youth. I'll say that. But early on in South Carolina, my dad enrolled me in gymnastics. And I learned in gymnastics that not only was I good, but I was great. I became a competitive gymnast, and I also finished with several medals within the individual and overall competitions. So I learned at a very early age that I was great at sports. Now, as I go along, you'll understand what I mean. I have this thing where I say you can be great at everything. So as I go along my journey, you'll see and understand what I mean by that. So that was gymnastics. Now, one evening or even the day, I don't remember what time, my mother was reading the Bible with us. I have siblings, but my mom was reading the Bible with us, and I was introduced to Jesus Christ. Shortly thereafter, I became baptized, and that again was at a very young age. Now, in the sixth grade, my mother moved us to Ridgeway, Virginia. My parents were divorced, and through a series of several family events, we moved to Ridgeway, Virginia. So I quickly adapted, I adjusted, and I went on to be not only a great student, but a great student athlete. I was very popular, and I even finished number 2 in my high school graduating class. I was so well rounded, so popular, and so involved that most people came up after graduation and said that they didn't even know that I was that smart. So that's where I started to see this concept of being great at everything. You can be great at everything without sacrificing who you are, without sacrificing the things that you want to achieve, and without sacrificing relationships. So after I graduated high school, I went on to obtain a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. Now, I finished one semester early, and I also finished in the top 5 of the entire College of Engineering. I then went on to get a master's degree in electrical engineering as well, where I finished with a 4.0 GPA. So I continued that trend of being the great student, the great anything and everything that came to mind that I wanted to achieve. Now, in 2008, I joined Cisco Systems. And for those who may not know, I'm talking about the CISCO Cisco, not the SYSCO, but the CISCO Cisco. I joined Cisco as an engineer, and it really wasn't until I found the dream career or the role in the career that I was very passionate about where I became very great at it. So I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But first, let me take it back to say in 2009, 2 big things happened. Number 1, I got saved for real. And what I mean by that is I got serious about my salvation. I started reading my Bible. I started learning and reading about prayer and the things of God. So I got serious about salvation. And I'll stop right here and say that any and everything that I've said to this point and everything that comes after this, I give all glory to God because I know that it is Him that was allowing me and working through me to be able to do the things that I have done. So that was the first thing in 2009. I got saved for real, and I also became debt free. Now, this is shortly after I finished my master's degree, but I became debt free that same year. So I learned that I was not only good at everything else or great at everything else, but I was also great at finances and managing wealth. So let's go back to Cisco. Or actually, no, let me tell you about this. In 2010, I met my husband, Will, and we got married in 2011. Now, I know for sure that he will say that I'm a great spouse, so we're going to add that into the mix as well. Now, back to Cisco. I transitioned to be a project manager in 2013. I became certified as a project manager in 2014, and I was highly sought out and highly recognized because of the work that I had been doing. I was so sought out that, in fact, in 2015, a manager approached me and asked me would I consider working this national and highly visible project. So, of course, my nature is if it's a challenge, I want it. So I said yes. Now, up to this, I had been a non traditional project manager, but the project that I was asked to manage was a traditional project management assignment. So this project was actually the 2016 US National Conventions. So I was the project manager that delivered on behalf of Cisco the 2016 Democratic National Convention. So all of the background work that needed to go in place, I was responsible for managing the team that set that up. So I was asked to do that in 2015. We delivered in 2016, and I was actually pregnant during the conventions. And the nature of a convention is so fast paced and dynamic and just really hectic. And for some people, very stressful that I chose not to tell my full team until afterwards at the celebration event. So I delivered the conventions. We delivered on time and on budget, and I was pregnant. So also in 2015, another major thing happened for me. I was asked to become the director of ministries for my church. So basically, all of our ministries that have leaders, I was asked to become the leader of the leaders for my church. And at that time, we had about 30 different ministries. So in 2017, three major things happened. Number one, I had my son Chase, who is a great blessing, and I'm thankful for him each and every day. Number two, I was asked to join my church's council. We are a council-driven church where we make most of our major decisions through the council, and I was asked to join that. And then number three, I became a certified professional coach. All of that in the year of 2017. So at this point, I'm a great mom, I'm a great spouse, I'm a great financial person. I'm still managing my finances and my wealth. I'm managing my relationships. I'm managing the aspects of my church and being in ministry. So at this point, I'm still continuing on that journey of being great at everything. Now in 2018, I started my first of several businesses, and I left Cisco in the same year to pursue full-time entrepreneurship. Now, when I left Cisco, I would say that that was for me a major faith leap. And that faith leap taught me so many things, not only about entrepreneurship, marketing, business, and those different things, even social media, just anything that you can think of, but it also taught me a lot about God, about faith, and even about church and ministry. So that faith leap brought me to where I am today. Now, I'll tell you, at Cisco, we had a major and mandatory assessment that we had to take. It was called the Standout Assessment by Marcus Buckingham. And through this assessment, you get a standout report that talks about your strengths and how to really play to your strengths. And when taking that assessment, I learned that I was a provider creator. And my summary said that I'm really a lot involved with people. I love to design better ways to serve people. I love to design better solutions. And I'm very good at looking at the details, the raw materials, the subtleties that nobody else picks up on. And I'm able to create something better that serves the people through that process. So for me, most of the tests I take are a confirmation. So through that test and through that report, I gained the confirmation to say that I really need to be new, different, and bold. I love innovation. I love designing new and better ways to do things. And I love allowing people to be able to take those ways, those processes, those solutions, and be able to implement them for greater impact and for greater income. So why am I here, and why should you stay along this journey? The biggest thing that I can tell you is what I learned myself, and I know that you're probably going through, is that when you are a trailblazer, when you're called to do something new, better, different, bolder, something innovative, there are not many people that will support you on that journey. That's why I am here. I'm here to tell you that you can be different. You can be great at everything. You can balance everything. You can do that new idea. You can trailblaze, and you will get all the support, the resources, the trainings, and the mentorship through me to be able to bring your big ideas and your big solutions to fruition. So with that, I hope you decide to stay on this journey. I look forward to talking to you and seeing you soon. And thank you.